So, like I said last night, it wasn't about drugs. Donald going in there and overthrowing the Venezuelan government. Now, Nicolas Maduro wasn't a good person. He was an evil motherfucker. But was it the United States' business to go in there and overthrow another country's government? What always happens when we go in there, just like we had in the Middle East, and we overthrow a regime? What happens is it destabilizes an entire country or an entire region. That's what happens. If it was about drugs, like MAGA says it is, then why isn't the president from Honduras, why did he get pardoned by Donald? MAGA, could you answer that for me? You can answer that for me in the comment section. Feel free to. Tell me why he got pardoned. Sending billions of cocaine over here, of dollars in cocaine over here, killing American people. Donald, on the other hand, pardoned him. So let's be honest, MAGA. Be honest. Stop lying. Be honest. It was never about drugs. It was never about to protect the American people. MAGA, listen to me. I have a question I would like to ask you. When is the last time that you can ever recall somebody with narcissistic personality disorder having empathy for anybody or feeling sorry for anybody that's on drugs, that has a drug problem? Do you think anybody with narcissistic personality disorder is going to do that? No. Why? Because they are in the cluster B personality disorder, where they to themselves abuse drugs. Okay? Got it? Do I make myself clear? Now, if not, then you can chat GPT it. You can also Google it. Okay? So it wasn't about drugs. It was about oil. Am I glad we got Maduro? You know, I guess it had to be done, but it needed to be done by Venezuela, not by the United States of America. But no, the United States of America has always got to stick its nose in every damn country's candy ass, because they don't know how to keep their nose to themselves. That's the problem. Now, MAGA will go on and believe, because you can't change idiots, MAGA will go on to believe that this was about drugs. Even though, even though Donald, their beloved Trump, pardoned Honduras' big drug leader. Pardoned him. Sent him home, said, "You're good. You killed so many American people with cocaine. You did a good job. Now go home now." That's what he said. That is the exact words that come out of Donald J. Trump's mouth. You come over here, you sent a bunch of drugs over here, you killed a bunch of American people. Now you're good to go home now. You're good to go home. Why did he do that? That was because Joe Biden had this guy arrested. That's all it was. And it's about politics. And it's about pushing and trying to force far right radical Christianity on people. That's what it's about. Now we can go on. Now far right Christians can go on and talk about the evangelicals, especially the ones I'm talking about, the far right evangelicals. They can go on about and talk about how bad radical Islamic is. Well, let me say this. What do you think radical Islam is? It's far right conservative Islamic religion. That's what it is. It's extremism. That's what it is. There's no way, Mega, you cannot convince me. You can spend the rest of Trump's term trying your damnedest to convince me to believe that this was about drugs, knowing damn well it wasn't about drugs. Maybe y'all need to go to bed, get up on the right side, knock, and wake up. Nobody's home inside your brain because your brain's MIA, just like it has been since 2016, and you seem to be getting worse. My God, in the address to the nation this morning, Donald, oh Lordy, he fell asleep. Did you guys not see that? He fell asleep, but what did Megan say about Joe Biden? What did Megan say? What did Megan say? Megan said, "Sleepy Joe Biden." Oh, we know who that really was, don't we? Oh, who Mega calls the one and only, the great Sean Hannity on Fox News. Now, what is the difference between ISIS, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, far right-wing Christianity, evangelical neo-Nazism, the Mexican cartels? They all go around kill people. That's the truth. It's the truth. Donald Trump went down there, and you'll soon find out that now Venezuela and that whole entire region is now destabilized. Always happens when we get a Republican in office. They pick a war, and then a Democrat has to go in there and spend their 4 to 8 years to stop it, and then this Republican if and when they get elected again, the very first thing is blame that Democrat. Blame the Democrat. Blame the one that started it. You know, I always had my thoughts about 9/11. I hate it happened. It was a disaster that it happened. But George H.W. Bush knew that day was going to happen. He knew when the day was going to happen. He knew about what time it was going to happen. He already knew it. Why? Because the Bush family is and has always been with big oil companies. Now, who went down to Venezuela today? Right? 20 different businesses, a lot of banks, oil companies. You know, they wanted to scout the area, go ahead and start figuring out where they could drill, baby, drill. That was supposed to make the American economy great again. No, not really. Americans don't live in Venezuela. It was to make Venezuela's economy better again. Now, shouldn't that be on Venezuela? Now, we might as well, Republicans talk about, the great Sean Hannity talked about how Democrats want to make Puerto Rico a state and Guam a state and D.C. a state. Well, what the living fuck does the far right conservative party want to make out of Venezuela? They want to make Venezuela a state. That's the truth. So that way they can say it's America. Oh, it is America, but it's not North America. It's South America. It doesn't do nothing to help the United States of America. And the only reason why you won't see drop-offs and bombing of boats and stuff is because a narcissist always, they want to make themselves look famous and look great when they're ugly motherfuckers. Let me just be honest with you. They're ugly motherfuckers. They're mean as hell. They're trash. They're downright trailer park trash. The vast majority of them live in a fucking dump. Just go through Mississippi. Go through Alabama. You'll see all the poverty you fucking want to see down there. Go to Oklahoma, go to the Midwest and try to get a job out there. Go on. Go. Hey, evangelicals, far right evangelicals, go on out there. Go on. Going out there and move in the middle, not in the middle of Oklahoma, but the Oklahoma Panhandle. Go on, move out there. Now I want you to just go on out there and move on out there. And see how far you have to travel to go to work. Move to Kansas. Move to central Nebraska, western Nebraska. Go ahead. Be my guest. Move to the Dakotas. See how far you have to go to work. The problem is, the vast majority of you far right, conservative, evangelical Christians, you don't work. You spend your time condemning welfare. All at the same time, you're the ones that is collecting the most welfare. You see what I'm saying? But yet you blame black people for it. You blame brown people for it. Yeah, that's right. Got all these women out here popping out babies left and right, getting on food stamps, drawing $2,000 a month in food stamps. Yeah. That's where all the fraud is. All the fraud, the vast majority of the fraud, when it comes to food stamps and Social Security and all that, it comes from states like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, the Dakotas, especially South Dakota, where, and Wyoming, God forbid I forgot to mention them, because that's a horrible state to live in. Yeah, go on out there, conservative Christian evangelicals. You guys that live, that making, half of you making, some of you making up to billions of dollars a year, go on out there. Get you a job. See if you can get a high-paying job out there. I guarantee you'll be spinning down quite fast, because you won't find a job out there, or you'll find a job that pays about $8 an hour tops. Because ain't no party ever in the history of this country that cheats like the far right evangelical Christians. Their God, their Jesus, is something that I'm glad I don't worship, because he's very narcissistic. Telling people they're going to burn in hell. They're going to burn. They'll be cast into a lake of fire. I'm a progressive Christian. I don't believe in shit like that. I don't believe in neo-Nazi bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But the evangelical Christians that live around here and stuff, and live around suburbs and stuff, that complain a lot, run their mouth about food stamps and stuff, while they're sitting there collecting $2,000 a month. Frauding the hell out of the system. Oh, it ain't funny. maybe we should really, 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 really go after them guys. When we sweep 2026 and 2028, go after those fraudsters, lock them up, throw away the key. Wouldn't that be good? That would save the American taxpayers a lot of money, and it would stop sending money to Venezuela. Venezuela could get out of their own way. We've had to do it before. Obama had to do it. Spent 8 years, and he did the very best he could getting us out of George H.W. Bush's fake ass bullshit. And then here comes lame duck Donald Trump that fucked up America for 4 years. And then Joe Biden, he just wasn't much better as a Democrat, really. Not much better. And then Donald Trump, my God, 12 fucking years of pathetic leadership in this country. And this is where we're at. Record high groceries. High gas prices, still high gas prices. Yeah, it may come down some. Still high though. Look at the price of tea. Far-right evangelical neo-Nazis, they love capitalism, okay? That means they love fraud. So you go in a Walgreens or you go into a CVS, right? And you'll see where it's double. The price is double than what it is at Walmart. Tell me ain't that fraud? Now, far-right evangelical neo-Nazi Christians will say, no, that's capitalism. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what we live for here in America. No, that's not what we live for here in America. We don't live for fucking fraudsters. We want, and we will get, it'll eventually happen. The dollar will strengthen. And we need to tax the living hell out of the rich, while at the same time put price markers on everything that's sold. Anything that is sold that doesn't have a price mark on it, a set price mark at a low price that is affordable, anybody that tries to violate that, they would go to jail and they would lose their business license for good. That's the kind of leadership we need in this country. Not far-right evangelical Christianity, fake-ass neo-Nazi bullshit. If you really love God, and if you really love Jesus, then you'll be a progressive Christian. You'll say, fuck evangelical, far-right, neo-Nazi bullshit. Christianity. But if you... But if you choose to worship the narcissistic God, that's who you'll stick with. But if you choose to worship a loving God, a God that accepts all and that loves everybody for who they are, not for what they are, like a progressive Christian like me does, then I don't know what to tell you. There's no hope for you. Much like there's no hope for MAGA. Well, just saying that just makes me want to throw up. Because it's so neo-Nazi. It's so racist. And Donald Trump, you're a clown.